it's Mo. Every year in September, BookTube celebrates Sci Fi September and Space Opera September. Much like Nonfiction November or Women in Translation, which we celebrate in August, this is a time to read science fiction. So we read all sorts of different books about science fiction, and last year I participated in Sci Fi September using the prompts that Books Are My Social Life set out. It had a bingo board and you could cross off the prompts. This year, I wasn't able to find anyone doing a Sci-Fi September or Space Opera September prompt list or prompt board, so I decided to make my own. The easiest way I figured to do this would be to base the prompts on the planets of our solar system. There are 8 planets in our solar system, the first of which being Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet, so the prompt for Mercury is going to be to read a short book, a novella, or a short story. It can be any kind of sci-fi that you're interested in, any variation on the genre, and fits perfectly for Shorty September, which is a readathon to read short books put on by Pastorytime. The next planet in our solar system is Venus. This is a planet named after the goddess of love and also is a twin to Earth, so it's about the same size and mass as Earth. So the prompt for Venus is going to be to read a sci-fi romance or a book about twins or that has twins in the story somewhere. Sci-fi, again, can be books set in outer space. There's been a couple of books recently, especially YA books, that were space love stories, or this can be a book set on Earth, something like Middle Game by Shauna McGuire that has twins in the story. The next planet is the planet Earth, and that's our planet. So I'm picking to read a comfort read for the prompt for Earth. This can be any science fiction book that you feel comfortable reading, either something that you've read before, a reread, maybe something from your favorite author, maybe something that you know you'll like. Anything that feels comfortable to you. The next planet is the planet Mars. This is the red planet. So the prompt for Mars is going to be a book with red on the cover or a book set on Mars or about Mars. There's lots of classic Martian stories like Ray Bradbury's The Martian Chronicles, War of the Worlds, where the invaders come from Mars. So either a book with red on the cover or a book that has something to do with Mars will be perfect for this prompt. The next planet is Jupiter. Jupiter is known to be quite a large planet. We're starting on the giant planets, which the next 4 planets are, and Jupiter is super well known for its big red eye, a big red dot on Jupiter that can be pretty easily seen. The prompt for Jupiter is going to be to read a sci-fi horror book. This again can be a horror that's set in space, or it can be a horror book that has sci-fi elements. The next giant planet next to Jupiter is Saturn, and Saturn is most well known for its rings. So one of the prompts for Saturn is going to be to read a book in a series. Saturn also was explored by the Cassini, which is the largest spacecraft that we've ever sent into space. It spent 10 years exploring Saturn. So another prompt for Saturn is going to be to read a book set in outer space. All the other sci-fi prompts don't necessarily have to be in outer space, but this prompt will see you reading a book set in outer space. And this would be a perfect prompt to incorporate your space opera book for. The 7th planet is Uranus, and Uranus spins at an opposite rotation than all the other planets. So the prompt for Uranus is going to be to read a book out of your comfort zone. This can be any type of sci-fi. Maybe it's a type of sci-fi that you don't usually read from. Maybe it's a non-fiction book about the potentials of science. The last of the 8 planets is Neptune, named after the god of the seas. So this is going to be a water-related sci-fi book prompt. Any sci-fi book that has something to do with water would be a good choice for this one. The last prompt is going to be a bonus prompt, and it is going to be the sun. The sun is not a planet, it is definitely a star, but it is a requirement that planets rotate the sun, and it is essential to the living nature of all the planets. So the bonus prompt for the sun is going to be to read a classic sci-fi book or author. This can be be any book or author that you like that you consider classic. H.G. Wells, Ray Bradbury, Robert A. Heinlein, Douglas Adams. There's so many different authors that we could consider classic authors who wrote classic books. Dune would be a great classic book to read for Sci Fi September, but there's so many more. You can also feel free to double up on prompts, so maybe a comfort read for you would be to reread a classic author or book that is your favorite. Maybe one of those books also has red on the cover. Maybe one of them is a horror. Feel free to utilize the prompts in any way that you see fit. I just wanted to create some prompts for Sci Fi September so that anyone who was still searching for their sci-fi books this month could have a little guidance or inspiration. Let me know if you use any of these prompts in the comment below, and let me know what your all-time favorite sci-fi book is, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.